Oh, I forgot about this loud ass chair.
It is what it is. Well, that one are you sure?
Nah, it is what it is, bro. It'll just have to be as you doing shit like this. You just gonna have to deal with like it's Kai Cenat, his chair is like still fucked.
Overall,
He can definitely buy a new chair, and he still uses like the duct taped fucking rickety chair.
for real. Why?
It's what is it? Like the reminder, I guess.
Oh, see,
You gotta have something that's like, oh, I had this on the come up. Like I watched a YouTube video yesterday, and the dude said he bought a chain that he still rocks to this day, but he bought it because he was like, I'm doing so much in life, I'm doing so much for other people. Let me cop this chain for me.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing. So we were talking about who you become as like you go through your life and your whatever, all the things that you want to do, business, whatever you learn, you become. It's about who you become along the way.
Mm-hmm.
And so his video was about self-love in a way of, he said that he's like probably like 40 years old. So he was talking about young guys learn like the power from source power, God, things like that. You can harness that and then put it out. But he was like, they've learned to just keep a little bit for themselves. And in that bit that they keep for themselves is like self-love, is let me take care of me. Because essentially you can't take care of others if you're not good.
Facts.
And it resonated with me heavy because I felt like I've been doing a lot either for others or just for the sake that, oh, I have to do it. This is the next thing to do. But I've been putting off plenty of things that I want to do for myself for the sake of the goal, for the sake of like delayed gratification.
I see. Yeah.
And even in the self-love, it's not just like take a bath and paint your nails and eat ice cream. It's like obviously take care of yourself physically, but even then you kind of have to give to yourself sometimes. You don't have to like fucking splurge.
Yeah.
But you kind of have to put yourself first sometimes.
Of course, yeah.
And there's an aspect of like, before you can be selfless, you have to be selfish. You can't do for others unless you do for yourself. And it makes sense because there's so many sayings. If your cups, you can't fill this cup if yours is empty and all this other stuff. But his message resonated because it was timing. Like I needed to hear, like, take care of yourself. I was like, damn, it's that easy. But sometimes you forget, especially on this journey of both of us building businesses, trying to build lives, and then knowing that it's not just for us, that we're doing it for the family we have now and the family that we want to have come from us.
Yeah. I think also, like, if you're not getting something from what you're doing, at least something small or occasional, then you can grow to either resent what you're doing or not really put forth your best effort all the time, or feel like it's not worth your while. If you're doing so much and only other people are benefiting from it, there's enjoyment in that aspect. Like, okay, cool, people are benefiting from it. Yeah. But in the end, if you're left with nothing, it's like, I did all that for everybody else, but what's left for me? So I think it's also good. I think my brother reminded me of that one time. Like, it's good along the way to eat a little bit from the fruits you've planted. You know what I'm saying? Like, enjoy it a little bit. Don't, obviously, like you said, don't overdo it. Don't splurge. Don't empty your account and all that. But like,
just go broke. Just go broke.
Yeah. I'm gonna make it back or not.
Really, like, make it back. It took you 5 years to get.
I'm making back 2029. No,
You just be
yeah,
destitute
yeah, that's crazy.
for 5 years,
That's, that point, you just gotta quit. But like,
bro.
yeah, but it's like, yeah, enjoy it a little bit. You know, along the way,
Yeah,
give yourself a little something. Give yourself a little something. Also keeps you going. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Helps
You
you enjoy it more.
have to fuel yourself, and for some, we can say like, "Oh, seeing them happy makes me happy," and that genuinely can make you happy. But it depends. I would say that then depends on how often are you doing. If someone like in a weird way, and if you're doing this for someone else's happiness in a way, so like we both talk about like we just talked about making what was it 7.2 million in a year,
Yeah.
or 50K in a month, which is 25 50K in a month, 25K in 15 days, and you just kind of slide that over to your mom and you're like, yeah, that's for you. That is would be a great feeling because 25K can do so much shit.
Yeah.
That's a car, that's a down payment on a house, that's, I mean, regular average American things.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. But then obviously we have the idea of what people really can do with money, and 25K then is like down payment on a yacht, or just like one piece of good jewelry or some shit.
Or even that too, but or even just some property. You know, the
Literally.
property in a good spot, like a down payment on some property, or um something that you can put into like bonds or into the stock market, and the
Yeah.
returns are going to be like, imagine you put 25,000 into something, a company that pays like, I don't know, 3% dividends quarterly, like every
Which
quarter.
is
You know what
already
I'm saying?
crazy.
Like,
3% is already crazy. But you'd probably have access to somebody who has a 3%.
yeah,
That's 25K could probably just get you equity in someone's business. That's what we were just talking
facts,
about that too.
facts, exactly.
5% equity.
25. Yeah,
Yeah. But even then, right? You give your mom a little 25 racks. It's like, okay, that made you happy. That was lit. But even then, especially for me, right? Personally, my mom would love that, but then she would be like, "But I don't need that. I don't need that from you. You need to do that like for yourself." Even my mom would be like, "Okay, thank you, but like you're doing this for you, so do something for you." And that would be like, "Okay, yeah, like it's great, but like I'll do for me later." It's like, well, later would never come if you always say later. And so that's when people get rich and they're not happy. I feel like that either you're just never happy in the beginning, like ever, you're just never a happy person, but you just do the thing that people expect you to do. You become a lawyer, a doctor, make the money, whatever. You buy everything. Everybody's like, oh, you live so great, whatever, and you're not happy. Or it's like, in a way, this would be okay, I'm doing this thing. People around me are happy, but because I'm still steady delaying my gratification, I'm not happy.
yeah,
And that's going to be like, even now, I'm not even in that position. And that's still hard to think like you're 35, 40 years old. Like you've been doing this since you was at least 24. You're still not happy with what you did. You be making 7.2 M's. And you're just like, I don't know. I couldn't imagine getting to that point and still being like, oh, I'll do later. I'll do it later
yeah.
for yourself.
At that point, you have some serious, like some serious problems.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I think that's definitely a hard thing to come by.
For sure.
But I feel like us, we talk about it so much, it wouldn't even be possible.
No.
Cause like, yeah, we'll do the bonds and everything like that. It'll probably be the first thing we do. Cause even earlier, right, we were talking about, I was like, oh, I could be making 50K a month in like the next 2 years, but everything would look the same.
Mm-hmm.
Same car, same house, like whatever, it all look the same. Pero like it might just look clean, it might look better. Kitchen might be a little bit better. Might get the kitchen redone a little something like that. But like that's the itty bitty parts of it. Everything is still majority the same, but you can just make it look better.
Facts. Yeah, yeah. Polish up what you already have, right? Instead of getting new
Facts.
things. Yeah.
That's fact. That's really
Facts.
because at the point where you do get new things, you still have to keep up with those things.
Yep.
That's one big thing I've thought about recently. I'll see people, especially in Atlanta, see people with like their Beamers, Benzes, and everything like that, fat ass dent, or the
Mm,
whole front is gone.
yeah.
It's like, well, you bought that car. That's what we were talking about affording things. To be able to afford something, if you want the Beamer, affording the Beamer means buying it and then being able to take care of it
Yes.
when things happen to it. So if like the whole front of your car is gone and you don't even know it's a Mercedes until you look at the rims,
That's crazy. That's crazy.
you don't know it's a Mercedes until you look at the rims, you can't afford that car. That
Yeah.
car.
There are a lot of people who probably like make a certain amount of money, and after all their expenses, besides the car payments, they have like just enough to cover the car payments, and they're like, "Yeah, I want that car." You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
you're playing with like you're taking a chance because
Yeah.
something happens to the car. It's like you could afford the car payments, but can you afford this and this and this and this that come with certain things happening to the car?
And even then, people don't understand that like the regular maintenance costs more.
Yeah.
Like a oil change for me, like in like $50 because I go to the regular place, the express place, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
$50. People, once you start getting into those type of cars and like just newer cars, you have to go to the dealership
Yeah.
because like they have to make sure it's done right. Or I guess you have to make sure it's done right,
Yeah.
but they gonna charge you for
Mm.
you to make sure that it's done right.
And a lot of places won't even accept you if you have a certain car because they're like, yeah, we don't deal with these because
Yeah,
we're not about to. First off, we're not experiencing them, and second off, we're not about to try and then mess something up. So you
facts.
have to go somewhere else, or you have to go to the dealership.
Yeah,
You know?
and the dealership reminds you that they're a dealership.
Yeah. With really everything, like I remember on my brother's car, he had it like I want to say like 6 years ago or something like that. To take it to global imports to get a certain problem with it fixed was like $300. I was able to fix it myself, and Michael, me and him were able to fix it in like 20 minutes ourselves. But it cost $300 to go to the dealership to get it, just because it was a BMW.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
and then the biggest thing with them is like the labor.
Mm.
Half the I had to go get my car the brakes done like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, whatever, and it was like $400, and the labor itself was like 150. Just for them to do it was 150,
Yeah.
and then to get the parts and all the other stuff was like the rest of it. But mechanics, locksmiths, um, who else? Just other people. I mean, it makes sense because you have to like I'm doing the work for you, so you have to pay me.
Mm.
And then when you get into specialties like that, you can't really tell them like, oh, I don't want to pay that. Like if you're the specialist, you're gonna pay what I say because I know what to do
Yeah.
and how to do it, where to get the stuff to do it, or I already have the tools for it. So you're gonna do what I say.
Mm.
Like,
True.
and then you can go to other people. That's when you get quotes and stuff. But everyone essentially is telling you either you're gonna pay me a lot just because I said it, but I'm gonna get it done. These days, they still might not get it done right. They'll get it done, or
Yeah.
you'll pay somebody a little bit and hope that they get it done.
Or they're gonna fix your problem, but they're gonna they'll bust one of the windows and be like, your window's broken. I want to just toss us like 600. We'll fix that too.
Your radiator needs to be
Right?
replaced. Your vent, your what is it? A filter.
Yeah, your steering fluid needs some vehicular motion to it. So it's like I don't know what that means to take my money.
Literally.
Yeah.
They just keep coming with stuff. Yeah, your muffler's on the exhaust.
Your carburetor shot. your your muffler is twisted.
Your exhaust is making some noise. And you're like, isn't it supposed to do that? I don't know if it's supposed to
There's
do that
smoke
or
coming
not.
out of your exhaust.
When I turn it on, it's 32 degrees outside. There's smoke. We got to check that too.
Now, you can either buy a new car or you can give us like $600. We can fix it for you.
Nothing.
Your choice.
Nothing is done. Just take your shit. And you don't have a car, so you have to pay either your friends to drive you around or pay for a loaner car. So you're paying them for them not to do shit and then to still get around. Or like Uber. And Uber is not cheap.
Not cheap, bro.
What?
Man, I never knew how much Uber costs until like recently. So I never used Uber. And then when I was in Ghana, I would use Uber and it would be like for like 30 minutes, for like a 30-minute ride, right? It would cost me like the equivalent of like $5, maybe like $5. And then I came back, and then I think I hopped into Uber one time, or someone was telling me about an Uber that they took, and I was like, it cost that much for like a 10-minute ride. I was
Or
like,
regular
damn.
Uber too. They have like Uber XL, Uber Black, and all the other stuff. Bro, I don't know. It don't make sense because it's so weird to be able to like look down on people.
Yeah.
Sniper! He's on the roof, bro. Oh my god. Recently, bro, on the way here, right? Obviously, I was driving, so I'm trying to get on to like 75. Why is like it's a semi truck with like the cars on the back, like transporting like a bunch of cars. I'm trying to merge on, and I see him. He's fucking flying in the right lane. He's moving. I'm trying to get on. Buddy, he doesn't slow down, nor does he speed up while I'm driving. He's the way that we're moving, I'm merging on, and then he's obviously
You're
just
gonna meet
driving
at
straight. There's no way we're not gonna meet. Like we have
like either he has to go
he has
or
to
he has to slow
fucking
down and let
go
you go.
or slow down, and I could speed up. If he would have slowed down and I speed up, it would have worked out.
Yeah.
Didn't happen. Even if I were to speed up and he still was going the same speed, wouldn't have happened. I get to the point to where he still has like 10 feet of truck, and I have to I have to get over. I literally end up going off the road and having to get back on the road. And because of everybody just said fuck Jonathan today. So he finally like went by, and I had to come over. Still, they had yet another like fat pickup truck behind him, and I had to watch out for him and get behind him because he didn't want to slow down either. I was like, okay, what are we doing?
No love for the merging car.
Why are we? Well, who's after me right now?
And people just like, they're like, I'm just gonna keep going, and you got to figure it out, you know,
bro. And then, wait, last night. So you've been to my house, you know, like just like the kind of the road or whatever to go. So somebody, it was nighttime, literally night, dark. Somebody in front of me, they're kind of like nice little pace in front of me or whatever. They illegally take a U-turn, just in the middle of the road, just take a U-turn. Take a U-turn. I'm still going. Mind you, it's like two lanes, like between the yellow lines, whatever. I'm still going in like the left part of the lane. They take a U-turn, start driving down the street, and then jet out in front of me to take like the turn that they were supposed to take. So they, instead of going down and then like coming back or whatever, they just did a whole like donut. And then I'm like right here as they go by. I had to like damn near stomp on my brakes just so they can like do their thing. And there's a car behind me.
so they would have hit you too. Bro, driving is like an extreme sport now, bro. I swear. You go outside, you don't know. Like that's why I'm so defensive when I drive. You don't know. Like you have to think for the idiots too. People who are
Bro,
doing stupid shit.
that's literally how my dad taught me to drive. It was like, you have to drive for other people.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm like, bro, there's so much mental cognition needed to drive regularly. Now I have to think for other people who aren't thinking. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, why? Because people, and it's crazy because I've built up a sense, I guess, for stupidity because I can tell when someone's going to do some shit before they do it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very, like, I'm very good at it now. Like, if I see somebody kind of like itching or kind of like start stopping or whatever, I'm like, okay, that person's going to get over in front of me at the wrong time because they just don't know the right time. And I'm gonna keep my pace, or maybe like I'll speed up, because the point to where you have to think for them, it's not just the thought of, it's I have to act for them also.
Yeah.
And so if this person just seems like they're trying to get over, but they can't get over because I'm right behind them and a car in front of me is right in front of them. So it's like, slow down.
Yeah.
Just chill out in your lane. They're gonna still do one of these. If you're supposed to merge and it goes like this, that's how you're supposed to merge, or like change lanes or whatever. This, once you start doing this, you probably shouldn't have done it.
Yeah, facts.
And at that point, if I know you're gonna do one of these, I'm just gonna speed up. And now you can't do anything. Because it would be like, oh, Jonathan, just slow down. Or just stay in your lane.
Yeah.
You slow down. Stop being dumb. But if I speed up, now you either have to sit down, chill out, or you will slow down. And then at that point, there's no need for you to get over, which there wasn't a need for you to get over in the first place.
Yeah.
But when you think for other people, you have to do for them. That's a lot of work.
That's a lot, yeah.
Because
stay alive though.
I mean, I did end up getting here. Everything was straight. There was no accidents. But it's like it could have just been better.
Yeah, for sure.
Could have been much better.
Isn't it interesting how we just get on the road every single day and like we're going like at least like 60, right? And there's another car going at least 60 in the opposite direction, and we're like 4 feet away from each other. We just mentally, like, in our heads, we're like, he's not gonna hit me. He's not gonna be on his phone.
He's not crash out.
You know what I mean? Exactly. Like, we just got so comfortable with it where you don't even think about it anymore. Bro, we're like at most like 6 feet apart from these cars, maybe 8 feet apart. For these like 3,000-pound vehicles of metal just moving at 60, 70 miles per hour. And we're just like, that person is not going to crash into.
Literally, even in the same way, the fact that we don't have as many car crashes as we could, just going on in the same direction, because like even with me getting my brakes done, like the brakes doing their job was never the problem. They were just making a lot of noise doing their job, basically. Nothing was of the sorts inhibiting my brakes from braking.
Okay.
The moment somebody else's brakes don't brake, everyone else is in trouble.
Exactly. Yeah, that's true.
Like in movies where they like cut people's brake lines. I don't even know if you can do that for real or not, but like these days. But your brakes can just not brake and you still like pressing the brakes. I don't know why recently I've been having that thought of like, because especially now, you have to use your brakes to start your car, push the start tap, do whatever. So like they have to work. But the moment you go to push your brakes and don't shit happen, what do?
You gotta use the handbrake on that.
I've thought about that. Literally just have to like,
thanks.
I'm like, because I'd rather break the car instead of like crash.
Rather break the car than break my neck.
Because the only other option is to like crash into something.
Yeah.
Like you have to swerve off and hit whatever.
Yeah.
And you have to do that pretty hard.
Facts, yeah.
Depending on how fast you're going, you have to do it pretty hard because, like you said, you're going 60 and your brakes aren't braking.
You're done. Yeah.
Especially on the highway. Don't be in the middle.
Such a dangerous thing we do just on a daily, and just like it's nothing.
And that's life. Even not even just here, but like everywhere. Especially other places. At least we have like really good rules here. Other places, like when I was in Mexico, they damn near could just do what they wanted.
Wow.
Like taxis, like regular cars, people with scooters, like it don't matter. You know how like motorcyclists, like they'll kind of go in between traffic.
Yeah.
Scooter people do that with moving traffic.
Oof.
Like just cause. Motorcyclists, they kind of do it, or at least I've heard, for like safety reasons. Because if you're a motorcyclist behind a car and then a car hits you, yeah, you're done.
Yeah.
So you kind of like get out of the way, which makes sense. I would never like, there's videos of people who cut off like a motorcyclist trying to get to the front. First off, you're on the road. What are you trying to be in the front for?
Yeah.
Like, you're not in like a line for something.
Yeah.
You're just in line. You're on the road. Why are you cutting somebody off? Oh, he's jumping me. What? He's cutting me in line.
And that's gonna hurt you how? Like
in a car? Bro, like these days, I'll say these days because I can't speak for like 50 years ago. People are big babies.
Yeah. Big babies are really petty. They have ego problems.
Ego is crazy.
The worst thing about driving is that, it's not the worst thing, but one thing I hate is when someone makes a mistake and then they get honked at and then they honk back. I'm like, yo, what? You got mad because you got called out for doing something stupid? And they just get to a back and forth honking thing. It's like, yo, it's like, yo, like go where you're going. Like this interaction was 3 seconds.
Literally.
Nothing bad happened. Someone made a mistake, cool, whatever. Nothing bad happened, no one crashed. Go about your lives. People just get so mad. And it's like, bro, relax.
Because then there's people who will get out. They're like, get out. And it's like, bro, you're wrong. Why are you getting out?
Yeah.
Why are you wrong? You're getting out of your car because you know you're wrong. You know what I hate? That same thing. But it's like you're still on the road and you get around that person and you look at them through the window and
they're not gonna look your direction, bro. I swear they're gonna turn up their music, everything.
That shit up.
That shit is hilarious.
They're gonna look anywhere but you.
Bro. That shit is hilarious.
I did that with the truck today.
It's hilarious.
I drove by. I don't know if he saw me because like I have tint in my windows. I don't know if he saw me, but I looked at him like, yeah, bitch, like I know you know that I know that you fucked me over.
Mm.
People don't care. Yeah. I don't get it.
Bro, the craziest shit happened like a couple weeks ago. Actually, this girl, she was driving, right? And I was behind her because we just left the same place, but she was going somewhere. I was going somewhere else. And some guy hit her, right? It wasn't a bad collision. It was like
like tap shit.
Yeah, a little bit more than tap, but it wasn't bad at all.
Okay.
So she pulls over. The guy pulls over. I obviously pull over. I didn't see what happened at first, and then I got out. I was like, "What's going on?" And she explained everything. And then it was the guy's fault, right? He gets out. This guy. He starts recording us, just in case. I don't know if he thought we were gonna swing on him or something. He has his phone out like this, and then he's just speaking. He's like, "I'm not admitting fault to anything, but blah blah blah." But in the end, he ended up like apologizing, which is admitting fault. I think, in my opinion. And it was his fault. And then he's like, he tried to tell her, pretty much he came into her lane and he tried to like pretty much say, why didn't you get out of my way? Like, yeah, I understand I shouldn't have done that, but you could have reacted or something. I was like, bro, take accountability. Like, what are you doing? You expected her to compensate for your idiocy? Was she supposed to slam on her brakes and then get hit from behind? Pause. And then was she supposed to swerve? Was she supposed to swerve off into the forest or something? Like, you know what I mean? Like, people are so stupid on the road.
I
And it's like
don't.
mistakes happen, but it's like you said, people they're gonna just look forward, or if you actually interact with them, they're not gonna take accountability for some reason. I don't
It
get it.
doesn't make sense, bro. That reminds me years ago when I got into my wreck. Someone rear-ended me on the highway, trash hard, bro. I have a picture of it. Obviously, my airbag's deployed, which is crazy. I've never been in a car that the airbag's deployed. It's dusty as shit.
That is?
Because like they just sit there waiting
Facts,
to
yeah,
be
that's true.
deployed,
That's true,
like from the wheel, and then like the two, like the ones that are like up top, whatever. And the one in the glove compartment.
Wait,
Yeah,
there's airbags on top?
well, these days there are,
Oh, wow.
but mine is old, so it probably was just the wheel, steering wheel, and then the glove compartment.
Okay.
But fat. These things are huge. I actually don't even remember hitting it, oddly enough, but fat. And it's dusty. So much dust. But like all my shit was like the little cover on the radio and all it popped off.
Damn.
Everything was done. Crazy. Bro, dude hit me. All that happened to my car. And we're in traffic. It's nighttime, we're in traffic. A little bit of rain or whatever. I tap like the pickup truck in front of me, I think. That dude gets out. Cops show up. Obviously, we're getting everything together. Buddy finally gets out. He's a Hispanic guy. And he comes over to me. Mind you, I'm in the middle. My car is totaled. It's done. I can look at it and be like, yeah, they're not going to fix this. Like, I obviously.
Yeah.
This dude gets out talking about, my back. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
My back. I'm like, your back?
Look at the back of my car.
You don't even have a dent in your truck. Talking about, my back.
You're looking for a quick come up, bro.
Mi espalda.
Mi espalda. Ay, papito.
Mi cuerpo duerme.
That's crazy.
¿Qué? Porque
That's
no,
crazy.
no. Mira.
That nigga tried to come up.
Mikado is no more.
He was trying to get a quick come
no
up.
mas. What are you talking about? My back,
bro.
I was like, I wasn't in the headspace to even like interact. I don't even know what happened with him. He obviously ended up driving off.
Yeah, he was like, damn. Get him. Imagine his whole accent changed.
It's like, no money?
I run for it. I've been in a car dips.
Playing young golf. Get paid, young nigga, get paid. Yeah.
Oh man, bro, I'm crying. That shit is hilarious, bro.
Yo. Mi espalda. Oh my God.
Oh.
Yeah, that shit was so funny. He said his accent changed. I'm a fuck with.
I ran my fault. I was in this shit. Get paid. Bass boom. Oh, bro, that's hilarious.
Yo. Oh my God. He's like, bro, bro, on my soul, I ain't even know. Bro, for real. I thought you tapped me for real, bro.
Oh shit.
You good though?
You need that, yeah? You need a gas? What you need?
You need perk? You need a perk? He hit you pretty good, bro. You need,
I got you,
I
bro.
got
Fuck with me.
spit
Hey, bro,
season.
take out my number real quick, bro.
You got a Telegram? No fucking way.
No, I'd be sick if someone tried to like.
Get paid. No way, bro. Oh
I'd be
my
sick if
god.
someone tried to like call me like that. Like I'm not going for any of that, bro. That's why honestly, it's really important to have a dash cam. Like I don't have one myself,
Bro, I want one of those.
but it's important, I think, because honestly, as long as he can prove that you hit him from the back, no homes, like that's in the end, like, well, I don't know. I guess if he can prove that you got hit,
Well, I
yeah,
can
I
definitely
guess,
prove
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So I think even though, oh no, the dude did have insurance. You
He
know
didn't
what's?
have
He
insurance.
did. He did.
Oh, okay.
But I was just about to say that though, like to the point to where I'm in trouble because you don't have insurance is crazy.
Yeah.
Why is it that I have insurance, but you may not have insurance, but I'm still messed up in the end because
that's
you don't have insurance?
Yeah,
Like you owe me your life now.
yeah. Thanks.
What would you say earlier? That's your mom?
That's your mom. Hey, who in the car? So come out. Let me see what's up in there. So come out.
Do 360.
All right.
He's like, I got a friend for you. It's right.
Give me your car keys.
That would be crazy. Nah, dude. You straight.
You shit, bro.
That is hilarious, bro. Oh my god, dude. I want to talk about. I don't know if this will actually show up on the screen or not. This is something I've been thinking about lately when I learned about it, which is the top word is it's called a polymath. And a polymath is basically someone who just has interest in a lot of things.
Okay.
And like I'll say to a more extensive degree. Like obviously you have interest in like business or like soccer and things like that. It's like this is someone who a great example is Leonardo da Vinci. So anatomy, science, inventions, and like didn't he do like painting and stuff?
I only know him for art. For
Yeah,
painting.
and so he
I didn't
did
know he did.
art. I have a book called it's literally called Da Vinci's or Leonardo's notebooks. But he kept different notebooks, all with like all his stuff. So in the notebooks, it's a thick book too. There's anatomy, so he's literally drawing people very well. Obviously, he's an artist.
Yeah.
So he does art, makes money from art. He's known for also having inventions. He's the person like I don't know if it's for real or not, but basically like through shows or cartoons and shit, he's the person that like made the helicopter. Like before the Wright brothers made the airplane, he like created the first helicopter and whatnot.
Really?
You know, Futurama, like the show, they had like a Leonardo da Vinci. I think it was actually him, but he was like stupid to everyone else. Like all his people were like, "Oh, you're stupid," but he was doing the thing. So they found like his, like not his lair, but like whatever his room. He had all his inventions, all his art, all these things that people were like the main cast of Futurama was like, "You do all this and they're calling you dumb? Like that's crazy." Probably because they were also just really smart. I don't remember fully, but he's a polymath. That's what they call it. So there's polymath, and then there's another word for it. It's called like a Renaissance man.
Okay.
And it's not. Maybe they got their name from that time period, but essentially it's just like per se like a traditional man, but then with interests that you like actually involve yourself in. So like obviously I put it down. It's like just multiple interests and they're always doing something new. it may be in the same field, maybe like that you've discovered or whatever, but there's always like something going on. Sort of like a these days they probably call him like a busybody. Like, oh, he's always doing something. He's always doing this and that and this, woo, woo. Or like, oh, you're always in the garage playing with your robots or your trains or this and that, whatever. But then they do something else and they make money doing this thing or whatever. And so after I've discovered like what this is, because I'm someone who like I want to do everything that I like doing at the same time.
Okay.
Like every day, I just want to do like all the things.
It'd be like super multifaceted.
Yeah, that's a great way like to still sum it up even more multifaceted. Because like you can just a lot of people they'll just go to work, go home, watch TV. Like a lot of people.
Yeah, most people actually.
Most like most people. Like 70, 80, 90%.
Very few people don't do that.
Yeah. So even then, the people who do have something else going on, they may have one thing going on. Like I like to just go hoop with the guys, or like I'll go game, or I have this hobby that I do, like the trains thing that I mentioned. Like somebody might spend the rest of their night playing with replica trains, go to sleep, wake up, go to work, do it again the next day. But somebody else that's like polymath is a word. Their interests are sort of like obsessive.
Okay.
Like, so like, I don't know what. So like, I guess we'll just use me, like having business. So like 9 to 5, having a business, having a blog, then having like I do woodwork, so like I make things and carpentry and things, and then like through my business I still do like Canva, so then I can like digitally design, and then like I play piano, and then I work out. There's a lot of things that you cannot do in one day.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like what it is. And then like someone who's called like a jack of all trades, that's sort of like their what's it called? Like another word for it. Like jack of all trades is what you would say, and like a polymath is like the scientific term, if you would. But I bring this up because when you talk about being online, people are like, "Oh, find a niche, find a niche, whatever the word is."
Niche.
Niche.
Yeah.
I feel like I say niche, but it is what it is. I feel like I have a problem with that because I'm not the only person who's like me who has interest in a lot of things. And it's like you can find a niche. I can probably expound on one thing that I like to do, but it's going to get old very fast. Like very fast. And I just think that it's possible to build yourself up, especially like online, because that's where everybody is now, with being able to showcase all the different things that you like to do, because somebody's going to find something you do interesting.
Yeah.
Even if it's like, if you have like a YouTube or whatever, if you have a YouTube or whatever, somebody's going to find it interesting that you do woodwork the same amount that someone else might find it interesting that you like play piano.
Okay, yeah.
But so like as I talk, we can argue like how a niche would be better because you would have that crowd. But then it's like because I'm interested in a lot of different things, I would need hella different channels for each thing that I like to do, which would then be crazy hard because then you have to keep up with all of them.
Well, whether or not it's better or worse all depends on what you're trying to accomplish in the first place. So if your goal is to maybe build a following as fast as possible, probably a niche, because that's gonna bring it's gonna bring a whole group of people automatically to you, versus having a bunch of different things. Having a bunch of different things is gonna bring like, because if you have a niche, you're posting every day or pretty consistently about the same thing.
Yeah.
So that content and those things that you're doing are constantly being pushed out. So people are seeing them, and it's gonna keep drawing the same people every day, drawing the same people every day. Before you know, you have a whole community of people who came to you for this niche.
Right.
Versus if you have a bunch of different things, but you're not able to post, you're not gonna be able to post about the same things all the time. Like you're not gonna be able to post about 3 things daily or 4 things daily. You're gonna post about one thing, and then the other thing, and then the other thing, and then the other thing. Then you're gonna recycle it, and that means each niche or each thing is only getting pushed out occasionally, and you're gonna get a few of each.
Right.
Versus if you're posting the same thing consistently, you're gonna draw people, and those people are gonna draw other people to you, and those people are also gonna draw other people to you. So your content is getting you people, and the people who are attracted to your stuff are getting you people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if your goal is, that's only if I think your goal is to grow as fast as possible in terms of followers and numbers. But if your goals are like strictly expression, then do whatever you like. In my opinion, do whatever you like. And also, do you want people to come for you or come for what you do?
Right.
If you post whatever you want and multiple things, people are gonna come really for you because maybe they like some of what you're doing. They like this part of what you're doing. Someone else likes this part of what you're doing. But a lot of people are gonna come because of you being able to do all those things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're gonna be like, Jonathan, you know this guy Jonathan on social media, he does this and this and this and this and this. He's pretty cool. Like I like looking at him because he's so multifaceted. That's gonna have a stronger fan base for you. But if you're posting about one thing all the time, it's kind of like I'm here for the content. I'm here for this thing.
Yeah.
He plays guitar well. I'm here to listen to him play guitar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it depends on what your goals are, I think.
Right. I definitely agree with that because especially in like this day and age, people are really just looking to get as much as they can as fast as they can.
Yeah.
So like you just kind of do what you want, like, or you do what would get attention so that you can garner that attention like ASAP.
Yeah.
And that's now because of that can work, and that's what people do. That's why everybody's talking about finding a niche. But it's also, I think, on a broader scale, even when you go like to school and you get to college and things, they tell you to find a specialty.
Yeah.
Because the money is in the specialty. And so like if you go for psychology, like I did, you go for psychology, then it's like, okay, well, are you going to do therapy? Are you going to be a clinical psychologist? Are you going to be industrial organizational psychologist? Like there's different facets for you to then narrow in on, and that's where like per se like the money is, depending on which field you choose.
Yeah.
And then also where you go for that job, which they don't talk about because it's like, oh, have a specialty. Oh, I know only this one thing. And then like people who only can give you 50K a year are like, okay, yeah, we want you. It's like, no, like they said, if I get a specialty, I'll get a lot of money. Yeah, your lot of money is 50K. You should have chose that specialty.
Yeah.
And they would have given you 100K.
Yeah.
But like the specialty niche idea, it's carried down by everyone because it's like, oh, just find one thing and be really good at it. And it's like, okay, that definitely works. But like, there's a lot of people who have many interests. I'm not the only person who has interest to the depth that I have interest in those things. Like I can get lost in many different rabbit holes about completely different things just because I like it. Yeah. And like, depending on what it is, I can look at the thing. So like one summer, like a while ago, I just randomly was like, I was gonna watch a bunch of documentaries on lions. And then I'm just gonna watch a bunch of documentaries on owls. I know so much about owls for no reason, except for going to Kennesaw State and being an owl. But I just randomly was like, I want to know more about owls. Watch like 2 or 3 documentaries. That's all I needed. Because you have like an hour and a half only about one thing.
There's only so much, information out there about owls.
Yeah, especially if you get into different owls, which most of them would talk about. So like, it's stuff like that. But now I just know shit about owls just because I wanted to.
Mhm.
When somebody else could be like, I don't give a fuck about an owl.
Yeah.
Like, why do I need to know about an owl? Which I had an owl in my backyard some weeks
Yeah.
ago. It was crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't even know it was there because it was so camouflaged until it ruffled its feathers and it like scared me.
Wow.
And I looked at it. That dude was like
Damn.
huge,
But owl wings are busting.
bro.
That's a crazy statement. My bad. That's an insane.
It's crazy that you said that because I was literally about to say, and then he like flew from the tree, and you're talking about eating owl wings.
Yeah. Wait,
Okay.
didn't you say no, that wasn't an owl, it was a different bird.
A
Something like
hawk.
a hawk, yeah.
That I just told that story to a friend of mine at the gym.
What was it again?
A hawk. It came so like I was doing 75 hard, and I was sitting on my deck, and like I'm by my house. My house is behind me. I'm sitting on the deck, whatever. There's like trees and like a retainer wall on the far end of my deck. So I'm like in between a set outside doing 75 hard. And something just falls like in the trees. It falls and hits like the whatever. So obviously, like I put my attention toward it. I look, bro, a hawk from like damn near out of the ground flies towards me. And you know, like what the Atlanta hawk looks like the symbol, well, the old symbol. Now it's just like a silhouette now. But like the old symbol, like a hawk, wings spread, focused.
Mhm.
I'm locked in with a hawk flying straight at me. And I'm like, what the like it's happening so fast that I'm just stuck for like a good bit. My deck is not long.
Yeah.
I don't have much time. But he's coming at me. I'm just stuck. Like, what am I supposed to do? I finally like dip this way, and he dips that way, and he ends up dropping a baby squirrel on my deck. And it's like claw, hawk claws are crazy.
Yeah.
So the squirrel is literally it drops and like rolls, and it leaves like a little blood trail on my deck, and it's screaming. So I have a squirrel screaming. I'm lost for words. Mouth is like wide open. I'm stuck. I calm down after like 2 minutes. I'm looking around like, oh my God, that was just a hawk. In the highest tree, I see the hawk just looking down. He's like, you better not fucking touch my squirrel.
I'm not gonna touch your baby dead rat. Okay. Nah, that's crazy though.
It
That's
was,
insane.
bro, my backyard is Nat Geo. I had a hawk, I had an owl, I had a groundhog. And then recently, I've had another cat, like the neighborhood cat. And then recently, there was like a raccoon. I was outside, closer to the wall this time, and the raccoon, it just kind of creeps like to where I see it. I'm like, that's a coon. It's like big as that trash can, fat, big. I look at it, I'm like, that's a raccoon. Buddy wants to pretend like I don't see it. And he just like, have you ever really watched like a cat? I have a cat now, so like I watch cats all the time because he'll just like kind of sit like this. Like cats do their thing, but he'll literally like apparently cats are like the only animals that can like do this. So like dogs, like obviously do this whatever, and a dog when it daps you up or this that whatever, it can only do this.
Yeah.
Cats can do this.
Wow. Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, because sometimes they hold things like this.
They'll
too,
hold
like,
things, or like even if they claw at you, they can go like this.
yeah.
They're not all like this. So my cat, he'll just kind of sit like this. It's funny that I'm wearing black and white because he's black and white. He'll just sit like this. And so a fucking raccoon out in the wild is just gonna sit on my wall and look at us while we look at him like he's not doing anything wrong. I'm like, okay, we're just gonna sit here, we're gonna stand, we're gonna chill. Why is this raccoon? I guess he wanted closer look. Buddy starts climbing down the wall towards us. I went my house so fast. I said, yeah, let's go inside. Let's go inside. he makes his way down, but like there's a gap between my like the fence and like my shed, so like I don't know where he's at. I don't know what he did. So I grab like a piece of metal from inside my house, like some old metal, whatever. I walk outside because like you're not gonna just take over my deck.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna have a last stand in this guy. You're not gonna do it. I went out there like a Zulu warrior. Buddy screeched or some shit. I
Yeah, you
dipped.
said fuck. You got
I
the
went
deck.
back in the house.
You can have the deck.
He like I can't even reenact the noise that he made because I don't know. It was definitely like a screech. Like, hey, what are you doing? Back in the house. And my door, like the patio door, the screen was closed, but the door was open. My cat heard it, and Buddy was under the couch for like 2 hours.
For real?
Would not get from under the couch.
Wow.
I was like, yeah, that's crazy.
Wow.
Like he couldn't survive outside. He wants to go outside so bad, he couldn't survive.
Wow.
Literally, you heard a screech and was hiding.
But raccoons can be ferocious, bro. I've seen a lot of videos.
Bro,
They can be ferocious.
they have claws for what reason?
Right?
What do you dig in trash? Why
What
do
do
you
raccoons even eat in the wild? Like I've never heard of a raccoon going hunting or anything like that. You know, I know they'll eat like eggs, like bird eggs and stuff
So
like
are
that.
they
Sometimes.
like carnivores? Do they eat small rodents?
I have no idea. I don't know about that, but I've heard of them eating eggs.
You gotta find that out.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Because there's no way they survive solely on human trash. Like
even then, like what do they look for in the trash?
Right? Yeah, true.
Bro.
Oh.
All right, I'm gonna have to look that up. But I don't know what. I didn't have an intro. I don't have an outro. But what do I say? Am I gonna make this the pod, or should this just be a regular video? I don't know. To be determined. Yeah. It is what it is. But I've been Jonathan Haywood. My guy Kent. We just pull it up. In the ATO. We're chilling. We're talking. So he's like, let's just cut on the camera. Keep talking.
Yep.
Kind of got a glimpse of what we talk about, what me and my guys talk about, what we get into. How hard the laughs be. That shit was hilarious.
Shit was hilarious.
Yeah.
What did you say, Young Adult, bro?
Get paid. Oh my god, bro. But yeah, people usually put like their Instagram and shit. Should you do that? You want to give your Instagram to whoever may see this?
Yeah, it's KENTINKA _.
That's solid.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was about to be like, my boy is single. Ladies, get at him. But he about to go to a whole different country, so y'all can't even get at him because he worldwide, international player. International player
from the Himalayas. I don't even know if you get that reference, but it's from Martin.
But yeah, that's it. So we gone.